Marianne Williamson is on the line with us. She is putting on a week from tomorrow in Los Angeles, March 28, 29. Sister Giant 3, presented by Marianne Williamson. I'll be there. Senator Sanders, who was with us for the first hour today, he'll be there. .com is the website. And Marianne, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Tom.
It's great to have you with us. So tell us about Sister Giant.
Well, Sister Giant is a conference that's happening in Los Angeles next weekend, March 28th, 29th, although people can also attend via live stream. And it is a conference that brings together you, Senator Sanders, Dennis Kucinich, Lisa Bloom, Cenk Uygur, for a very in-depth discussion over the weekend about issues as various as getting the money out of politics, the corruption of our food supply, mass inequality, racial inequality, mass incarceration, and really developing a more conscious political conversation. I think a lot of the people that I have known in my work are people who are very interested in politics, but just feel that the conversation itself, the dialogue is so dense. It's so corporatized. It's so dominated by forces that have nothing to do with the real vigor of American democracy. And in the face of the systematic dismantling of our democracy that is going on at the moment, articulated, I thought, very well in the mission statement that you just read from the Poor People's Campaign. This is an effort, and we're going to be in Los Angeles. We're going to be live streaming as well. It's a fantastic group of people. Alan Grayson will be Skyping in. Keith Ellison will be Skyping in. And you're going to be there. So what could be better?
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Why Sister Giant? Why juxtapose?
Well, this started as a women's conference I did in 2010. It was Sister Giant, Awakening the Sleeping Giant of American Womanhood. And then the second one, a couple of years ago, was Women, Nonviolence, and Birthing New American Politics. So the Sister Giant reverberation is already there. And men are definitely invited. You know, I was going to call it Brother Sister Giant. That sounded clunky. Sister Brother Giant. And I figured, well, men read Mother Jones magazine. So I was hoping, I'm not sure how successful we've been, but I was hoping we could just make the segue and people could know, you know, it's Sister Giant, but it's for all of us. So maybe I should have called it Brother Sister Giant, but
Sister Giant for boys and girls. So come on by next weekend. But seriously, it's a week from tomorrow and yes. Sunday, and you can get tickets and get information and whatnot over at sistergiant.com, or click on the link over at thomhartmann.com. Pardon me?
Yeah, and there's a video we're putting up this morning of love that is just fantastic that people can find on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a video about this. This is a lot of great information. Marianne, what do you see as the most existential threats to our republic right now?
To me, getting money out of politics is the greatest moral challenge of our generation because I think it's the cancer underlying all the other cancers. The permanent war machine goes back to money. The dominance of chemical companies and big agricultural companies goes back to money. Oil companies dominating environmental policies goes back to money. Prison industrial complex, you name it. Drug policy, so much goes down and goes back to money. So until we deal with that, with the overturning of Citizens United, a constitutional amendment establishing public funding for political campaigns, I don't see anything other than peripheral healing. Do you, Tom?
I don't. You said that. It was like you were channeling me. I mean, yeah, I agree.
Actually, I do. I mean, you're one of the people that I've learned the most from.
Well, thank you. I've learned a lot from you over the years, too, Marianne. We're talking to Marianne Williamson, author and lecturer, former candidate for Congress, independent from California, about her conference, Sister Giant, which is coming up next weekend, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, in Los Angeles or in Santa Monica. Yeah, where is this going to be?
It's at the Concourse Hotel at LAX. So it's right there for people who fly in. You're literally, as soon as you get off the airplane, you're already there.
Great. And if you don't want to fly in, you can watch it on the internet.
Right. Absolutely. Live stream it.
And how do people do that?
Giant.com. You can see how you register for everything, and it's just so simple. Everything's just everything's on our computer screen now. It's really quite amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Streaming these events has become common. Although, if you can get there, if you can be there, there's something about being in the field of energy, actually in the room, that you can't beat.
Yeah, I totally agree. your effort to run for Congress. I'm curious your thoughts on the state of politics now in California specifically. California has redrawn their congressional districts in a way that is not gerrymandered. How has that changed the political dynamic in California?
Well, we have the top two open primary, which sounds really good, but it's actually not good for independents, because independents traditionally were used to they'd wait until the primaries were over, because they didn't necessarily vote in the primaries, and then they knew that their independent candidates would be available on the ballot in November. Now, if you run as an independent candidate, which I did, your Democrat and Republican machineries, you're not going to beat that. So it's almost guaranteed that they will get those top two. So that's tough. It actually fortifies rather than cuts through the dominance of the two major parties. So that is something that I think had some good intention behind it by some people, but it's actually not so great. Right. In terms of the gerrymandering, yes, it was an independent commission, but still, for instance, in the district I ran in, the top two people came from the South Bay. Well, if you just look at the numbers of voters there, it was very difficult to break that. In general, though, having been a candidate, Tom, I'm more inspired. I'm not cynical. The system is rigged according to money, but in my case, people were so generous. It wasn't about money. It was just about too much that I didn't know about how to work the system. So I am more convinced that people really do long for a meaningful relationship with the public sphere. I think that people are waking up. I think you're one of the great awakeners day in and day out. And I think now we have the critical mass of energy that we need to really revolutionize, because we do need a new American revolution. We need a conscious, loving, nonviolent revolution in this country. And I think that the energy is there for it, but now we need to harness it politically. And I think, one of the feelings that I feel strongly about, Tom, is that on the right, among conservatives, they don't train activists, they train candidates. On the left, we train activists, but we don't train candidates enough. And that's one of the things that I hope Sister Giant will do, is inspire people, women and men, to actually think about running. So I ran, I didn't win, didn't make it through my primary, but I like to think we impacted the ethers some. I know we did. Dennis Kucinich said to me, every campaign has a win of some kind. And I think that's true. And I think one of the wins is that many, many people who were involved with the campaign are now thinking, wow, I've been involved with a political campaign. Maybe I will do this someday. So we've got to get out there, Tom. You and I can't just always be trying to convince Congress people. Be a space that more and more encourages people to start running for things themselves.
Absolutely agree. And in the minute we have left before the break, Marianne, can you talk about the intersection of spirituality and politics in the United States?
Yes. Well, it's only an aberration historically that it's mocked the way it is. The abolitionist movement arose from the Quakers, and many of the leaders of the women's suffragette movement were Quakers. Dr. King was a preacher, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. So the idea of spiritual conviction is an important movement of social political change, always has been throughout the history of social justice movements in the United States. The Quakers found slavery intolerable from a deep moral gut place, and because of their spiritual conviction, they found the idea of invoking its abolition and its alternative feasible through the power of things unseen. So this fact that people today act like it's some quaint New Age silliness, that's the aberration, because throughout our history, people have seen what a very serious thing it is indeed.
Fascinating stuff. Marianne Williamson, sistergiant.com is the website. 1 week from tomorrow and Sunday, the conference. You can watch it from live stream from anywhere in the world, or if you're in Los Angeles, you can show up. Marianne, thank you for dropping by.
Thank you. Can't wait to see you next week.
And for everything you do. You are such an important voice.